Oh, you're going to start, right?
Hi everybody, welcome to E&D Lighter Stadium, the home of the league leaders and current top four holders, Floreat Athena, for this weekend's commentary match between Floreat Athena and Perth Glory. Thanks for joining me this afternoon on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook page, wherever you may be watching around Australia or the world. My name's Tommy Dolman. It's a pleasure to be behind the mic once again for this round 13 clash. The big wheels here at Athena keep turning in season 2021 as they remain on track to win their first league title in 14 years, and they enter the weekend with a 10-point lead on the chasing pack at the Summit. Vasvius's side remain unbeaten this campaign and are firing on all cylinders, including the Cup, where they put their FFA Cup round of 32 place for the third time in the competition's history with a 3-0 win over Coburn on Tuesday. Places in that team for that game will be much coveted, which means the incentive is still there for Floreat to deliver as they aim to go 13 games without a loss. Glory, meanwhile, will be desperate to reinvigorate their top four hopes after a winless June, which has seen them drop off the pace of those above them. Ruben Zadkovic's side won 1-0 in Geraldton against Sorrento in late May to put them on the precipice of a finals position, but 3 games without a win leaves them 6 points off fourth spot and that three-way tie for second place. The postseason remains a distinct possibility for the youngsters in season 2021, with 4 games against bottom half opposition to come. But turning the draws of the last 2 weeks into a win will be a must going forward. The referee out in the middle this afternoon is Josh Manella, who actually officiated the corresponding fixture between these two sides in 2020 at this ground. And he will be assisted by Simon Hicks and Benjamin Kaiser on the touchline as the assistants go through their final preparations for this one. Second half of the season as well and truly been entered into, and even though today's hosts continue to surge clear of the rest, this game has plenty on it in terms of the weeks to come. Places in the marquee cup meetings for Floreat are on the agenda, while Glory's young brigade will hope to pick up a major scalp and revitalise their prospects leading into the weeks ahead. It's round 13 men's NPL WA action live here at E&D Lighter Stadium. We're off and underway on a beautiful day for football. Floreat Athena kicking off left to the right of your stream in their home kit, and they're on the attack early. The cross into the middle was dangerous one from Sean McManus. It was over everybody though, and behind for a goal kick. Glory playing in there. Changed kit today. In case you haven't noticed, they're all white ensemble. So this one of 4 games on the Football West platforms today. 5 apologies. Fellow round of 32 entrance ECU Joondalup up at Bogieside Armidale. Rockingham hosting Coburn. Gwelup versus Sorrento and Bayswater Balcatta. Top 4 places still on the agenda there as Ambrosio looks back for Phil Arnold, and Dennis Gallen will get his first touch of the afternoon. Floreat looking to enjoy the early possession. They were quick off the mark in midweek in the FFA Cup, or the State Cup semi-final, apologies. The game they won 3-0 over Coburn to advance to the round of 32. Rob Harding scoring within 2 minutes and got a brace overall that evening. He's on the bench this afternoon, having scored 5 goals this campaign. Here's Santa Lucia. Ball in, looking for the feet of Evans, who whisks it out wide for McManus. Standing up, Painter Andrews, cross into the area, was looking for the late run of Ambrosio. It's headed clear. Floreat will maintain possession. Glory yet to really get a foot on the ball as of yet, as Arnold looks inboard for Palmer, and now Chris Saldaris, who's proved on multiple occasions this season that he's capable of getting forward and impacting the game in an attacking sense, not just defensively. Overall, they're just so well-rounded, this Athena outfit. Palmer's ball. Cleared away there by Muir, I think it was. And Glory's back four. Evans tries to dig out the claws. Last touch was off a Glory body and behind for a corner. First of the afternoon. We spoke about Chris Soldaris just before. He's made his way into the penalty area, as has George Fester and Andrew Palmer, among 5 in total. Now Phil Arnold joins the party late in the piece. So 6 forward for this Evans corner. It's one that's close to the goalkeeper. It hit the head. Fester got a header on goal. Cook made a great save to claw away, and Glory escaped with one early on here. I feel that was a brilliant save there from Cameron Cook, who stuck out a paw and managed to glove it away to safety. Dean Evans' corner almost hit the head of Nick Ambrosio in there, and was a little bit desperate there for a moment, and home team will win a free kick again. Razai tried to take quickly, but it'll be brought back, and the man for the dead ball, Evans, will be over it again once more. Quick switch of the play, looking for McManus. Last touch was off Painter Andrews, and there'll be a second set piece of the afternoon from the other side of the pitch. Once again, Evans will make his way over, and Josh Manell has just spotted something there in the 6-yard box that he wants to take control over. Possibly a warning about any holding going on. It is a very compact 6-yard area. Evans spins it in, Cook punches, it's cleared away. Razai will get to the ball first. Forward by Gallen. Arnold, Razai. Good start from the home team, looking to assert their authority earlier. Ball clipped in, looking for Ambrosio, who just lost grip of that first touch, and a clearance again from Glory, can't find feet. Earlier today, the Perth Glory under-18s won by 5 goals to 0, and the under-20s won by 3 goals to 1, but very difficult challenge at senior level on this Saturday afternoon for the Glory. And come into this one 6th. We've got a tough task against the unbeaten league leaders who have won 10 of their 12 games in 2021. Ball forward there by Ford is headed away by Saldaris, and Glory may finally get an opportunity to try and get a foot on the ball as they win a throw. Here's Joe Ford. Looks up and picks out Adam Zimmerino on this left-hand side. Getting his body in there was Ambrosio. Zimmerino continued his run. Eventually it's poked out the way of Razai, and Floreat will Managed to regain control of proceedings, but the switch the play from Palmer is wide of the mark for Santa Lucia. It was a nice idea, just execution wasn't quite on the mark. Santa Lucia had a paddock of space to run into over on that far side, had the ball been spot on. Throw in to be taken by Jack Painter Andrews, who knows this ground well, having played for Athena in 2019. Lots of Subiaco as well, and that's a long throw. It's headed away by Festa. Foot in there from a Floreat defender, and Josh Manella's picked out the free kick, and this may well be Glory's best opportunity to spring an early surprise on the leaders. In front of a small pocket of Glory fans up there on the hill. About a dozen of them waving purple flag. So Colley and Edwards over this one. Glory committing half a dozen into the penalty area. It's Edwards' ball in. It's clutched and grabbed by Soldaris. It came in with plenty of zip. And the release was a little too far ahead of Palmer, and Glory can get possession back once more as Ford looks across and finds Muir. There's Aidan Coyne. Glory happy to play across the back. A team that, when they do get their passing game right on their day, a very good side, although that's a little sloppy, and Arnold will step in and strike at goal, but he didn't quite hit that as he'd like, and over Cook's bar it went. Well, that can be one of the dangers of playing out from the back. You need plenty of composure, and especially when you're against a league-leading side like Floreat, who are full of confidence and up and about in the first half of this season, you've really got to hit your passes. Once again, goal taken short by Glory. Header on will break to Ambrosio. Rezai's making the run into the area at the back post. He's been on track so far. Now Glory get numbers back. It's stood up by McManus. It's deflected behind and away for a corner. So a touch over 10 minutes into this round 13 men's NPL WA clash here at E&D Leiter Stadium. Still goalless if you're joining us late this afternoon. One of 5 games across the Football West channels this afternoon. Everybody back for Glory defending this one. It's Evans' ball and it's headed away by Leach. It'll land at the feet of Zimmerino, who just hoists long and as far away as possible. Zimmerino continued to press, nearly forced the error out of Gallen. Ball up the line should be tidied up by Coyne. It is, and I think that one crossed the touchline. It did. Palmer. Soldaris cross into the chest of Colley and will take 2. Thrown in looking for Evans. Clear the hook over the shoulder. Arriving was Rezai. Still there to be one over on the far side. Rezai stands up Leach. Ball back for Santa Lucia. It's nicely into the feet of Ambrosio. It's struck by Evans. It's blocked. It's away by Muir. Danger not clear yet as McManus picks up on this left-hand side, digs out the cross, and it's behind, and yet again will get the bodies forward for Floreat because they've got a corner. Number 4 already in this first 13 minutes. So the home side are knocking on the door. Evans's corner. Cooks up. It was a flailing hand from the goalkeeper, and in the end it missed everybody and went behind for a goal kick. So we spoke about 10 wins and 2 draws out of 12 for Floreat this season. 4 wins in a row going into this one. Glory had a 3-game winning run which put them on the verge of the finals positions, but they're winless in 3 in June. A couple of draws against the Glory and against Perth in the past fortnight. So not a disaster, but points do need to be obtained as they go into this one 6 points behind the 4th placed Missouri, who are in action tomorrow away at Inglewood. Here's McManus again, running at Painter Andrews. Cross comes in. This time it's going to be a goal kick. Donald loses his footing. It's picked up by Ambrosio. Now McManus again, who's been busy down this left-hand side early. Rezai. Patience from the leaders as Santa Lucia's ball goes over the top looking for Evans. It's put into touch by Painter Andrews. Switch the play here's a good one for Ford. Coyne. Chris Donald, vice captain of the Glory. And then a little sloppy there at the back from Muir, who passed that one wide of Coyne, and possession gifted back to Floreat, and Ruben and Zadkovic just encouraging his young side on the touchline. Former Newcastle Jets and Perth Glory player, of course. Player who had coaching experience with Broadmeadow Magic and Hills United in the NPL New South Wales prior to coming back to the West and joining up with the Glory. His team have spent the majority of the first 17 minutes defending here, and once again they've got to be firm in dealing with this incoming Evans corner. Drifted into the back post. It's kept in by Ambrosio, is it? No, it's already crossed the line according to Josh Manella. Glory once again playing themselves into trouble at the back as presses Ambrosio and Razai. Ball down on the Glory defence. Backs to the wall stuff. Palmer. Now Saldaris. Cross into the area. It's gathered by Ambrosio. Headed away by Ford. Headed on by Bramwell. And now Edwards looks up and picks up the pass for Adam Zimmerino, who's run out of real estate, and home team will gratefully take possession back. This game, of course, a meeting between two teams who have reigning gold medal winners in their sides. The Glory's Gio Colley and Floreat's Dean Evans. Colley, of course, a player who really burst onto the scene with Bayswater a couple of years ago. We'll come back to that as ball's over the top and it's cleared away by Festa. Before joining Glory last season, at the start of last season, and becoming captain and winning the gold medal with 3 goals in 16 games. Evans, of course, an outstanding player over a number of years here for Athena. Probably should have won the title a little earlier as well. He was the top vote getter in 2019, but was ruled out of winning the award due to suspension. Always a talking point with these best and fairest awards. Clearance charge down. Here is Evans. Little clip is a lovely one to find the run of Ambrosio, but that's good strength by Muir to defuse the situation. Former Sorrento junior, Jacob Muir, moved across to the Glory in 2018. Representing WA at National Youth Championships previously, and a player who's been a regular across the Glory senior setup over the past 3-4 years. Festa's pass forward, cut out by Colley. No handball according to the referee. Can Glory get something going in midfield here? It's Edwards. Nice ball to find Colley now. Ford's getting forward on the overlap here. Festa comes out to meet him. It's still on here for the Glory. Colley's touch was a little heavy at the wrong time though, and then Festa's clearance away was off the back of Ford, and a little disappointing there for the visitors, who probably put together their best passing spell of the afternoon to date. Donald. Aiden Coyne. Gio Colley. Dangerous ball from Ford. It was nearly cut out by Evans. Hoisted high and up in the air by Arnold. It's going to drop at the feet of Ambrosio. Races on between Leach and Saldaris. Former wins it. Foul there by Javad Razai. Cut out by Razai. Ball forward for Evans. Arnold. Great tackle there by Zimmerino to cleanly win the ball, and now Edwards will try and get out of a tight space. He does brilliantly there, the number 8. And releases Ford, who's been encouraged to get down and support the attack from full back. Switching ball is looking for Edwards. Interception by Santa Lucia, and then just has to clear up the line under pressure. Floreat, of course, had the week off last week. Last weekend's 5 games were catch-up fixtures from round 6 when COVID shut down that round on the Anzac Day long weekend. Floreat did manage to squeeze their game in on the Thursday, though. 2-0 win against Coburn, and hence had a fortnight off of NPL WA action before their cup game in midweek. Here comes Aidan Edwards with a driving run. Lovely pass looking for Bramwell. It's slightly heavy touch from the forward, and now Gallen will look up. McManus keeps it alive. Pass forwards cut out. Edwards again. A little bit scrappy in midfield as both teams try to press the ball, and Collie decides to settle things down a little bit. Just sense that Gloria is starting to put a few more passes together in the recent minutes. Starting to feel a little more comfy after that early Floreat onslaught. They win themselves a throw-in. Roughly in line with the 18-yard box. So 25 minutes into this round 13 NPL WA game. Floreat Athena 0, Perth Glory 0. Live on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook page this afternoon. Tommy Dolman with you on the call. One of 5 games this afternoon on the platforms. Englewood United and Perth Soccer Club to come tomorrow. Special day for the home team, who will be celebrating their 70th anniversary. A collection of memorabilia and jerseys, and a good game as well against their old rivals Perth. Feature game of the afternoon. Floreat, of course, will be celebrating their 70th anniversary celebrations as well a little later in the season. As Edwards loses his footing, it's worked out okay for Collie. Pass didn't quite have enough on it and was cut out by Fester. Evans wins the throw. Player who got the 3rd goal in midweek, aside from Rob Harding's brace. A result which guaranteed Floreat's round of 32 place. Scored a double against Adelaide Olympic the last time that Floreat were in the round of 32. It was a 4-3 loss on that day, unfortunately. It's fair to say, with the way that they've been playing this season, there's every chance that they're going to represent WA really well when the draw for that round of 32 is made on July 7. Of course, they're in a State Cup final against ECU on July 17 as well, as Zimmerino tries to wriggle away from Fester, whose clearance was sliced off the boot. Here comes Collie. Inboard for Zimmerino. Here's Bramwell looking to make a yard. It's blocked, it's spinning away, and it should be gathered by Saldaris. It is. Bramwell. Header from Fester will try and gain as much territory as possible. Pretty good crowd in here this afternoon at E&D Lighter Stadium. Perfect conditions for football, so no excuses really for local supporters not to get out and support the local game. Who said we were in the middle of winter? Sloppy turner over here from Muir, and now Evans is in on goal. He'll cut back onto his right. He'll tow it across for Nick Ambrosio. Great block from Muir. Sliding in there was Ambrosio. Last touch there off Arnold, and Glory get away with one there. Once again, Glory, seemingly their own worst enemy at the back there. Been a real feature of this first half an hour. Floreat's coordinated pressing seem to be on the same wavelength in terms of who goes and who pressures the ball and when. Such a well-rounded unit, that discipline, that tight defence, that efficiency up front as well. Free kick against Zimmerino. Palmer gets us going again. Bramwell's layoff's a good one. Aidan Edwards looks up. He'll chip the ball back, looking for the run of Bramwell. It was an important header from Soldaris. McManus should be able to keep it in play. He does. Looks as though he and Rezai have switched flanks. Once again, that orchestrated pressing occurs from attacking midfield trio of Arnold, Ambrosio and Evans, all of whom seem to rotate through that almost false nine position. Here's Donnell. Now Coyne. Floreat trying to play themselves out. It was a good challenge from Donnell, and then Soldaris went in strongly. Great 50-50 from those two. Now Evans will cross. It's cut out by Coyne. Two were ready for the ball into the area and didn't reach either. McManus driving ball, it's spinning. It looked as though that was creeping in to the top corner for a moment prior to Cook's intervention. Here's Chris Donnell. Edwards pokes it past Santa Lucia. He'll get his own knock forward. Donnell again. Cross from Painter Andrews, shouts for handball, nothing doing. And then Gallen waited for the right moment to play the ball off. A Glory player and out for a goal kick. One of the best defenders in the division, Dennis Gallen, player who's been performing excellently at this level for a number of years. Two-time cup winner with Athena in 2016 and 2019. Ford. Charlie Leach. Hayden Edwards. Glory's defence pressing up to the halfway line. They'd been camped a lot deeper than that for the majority of this game so far. They're just shifting the ball and looking for an opening to emerge. Coyne looks for the feet of Reach. It was broken down and his nice touch forward is a little heavy. Coyne's had a brilliant game at the back this afternoon so far. Seems to be right in the thick of it. Space out wide here for Muir to get forward. Painter Andrews was to his outside. Clearance only as far as Colley. Glory will come again. Signs of encouragement for the youngsters. Still yet to really work Jason Saudaris though, as Aidan Edwards looks up. Painter Andrews to his right. Gio Colley to his inside. Coyne's ball forward, looking for the run of Bramwell. Hooked up in the air by Saudaris. Clearance under pressure from Evans. Flick on was a good one from Painter Andrews. Now Colley's got plenty of room to run into here. To his right is Zimmerino, who just left it behind. Zimmerino, Colley, Aidan Edwards, strike wide of the mark and up and towards those Glory fans on the hill. Bramwell. Colley. Little flick hit Arnold inadvertently. And now Fester clears up and away over the sideline. Once of Perth Soccer Club, George Fester really made a place in the first team his own in the later part of 2020. Regular name on the team sheet this campaign now as well. Did miss the last league game after collecting a red card down at Rockingham. One of the players as well as Festa, who shows that Athena have got that real nice balance of youth and experience to complement the balance of their squad. Player down over there is Gio Colley after a heavy challenge in midfield. Will be a Glory set piece. Zimmerino's ball in, headed away by Festa. Time for Palmer to clear up field. It nearly dropped perfectly at the feet of McManus, who looks to be clutching his leg there. Not sure if he strained a muscle in that challenge. He'll try and run it off for the moment. Keep an eye on that one. Ambrosio, Evans, Rezai, intricate on the edge of the area from Floreat. It's cleared away eventually. Now Bramwell. Painter Andrews is under pressure from McManus here, who looks to have run off that little knock. Once again, that pressing is really got in the face of Glory and forced the turnover, and they win the throw. Just under 5 minutes to play before the break. Floreat Athena 0, Perth Glory 0. Still waiting for the first goal of this game. Nick Ambrosio's header was clawed off the line by Cameron Cook early on. Very little for either goalkeeper to do since then. Aidan Coyne. Back for Cook. Donald. Ford. Bramwell will wait for it to arrive. Slip from Gallen allowed. Zimmerino to hook forward for Kieran Bramwell, who was through on goal. That's a sensational challenge from Festa, though, to slide in and clear the danger. Kieran Bramwell bearing down on goal there had he had got through, but it was a wonderful recovery from the youngster, George Festa. Muir skips past Rezai, ball into the feet of Bramwell. Bramwell's strike fumbled initially by Saudaris and gathered at the second attempt. First notable save of the afternoon for Jason Saudaris. Terrific goalkeeper. At this level, joint goalkeeper of the year in 2018 and 2019. Both joint with Alex Dunn on each occasion. Zimmerino does well to make a nuisance of himself in the corner. He wins possession back. Colley, little reverse, looking for the run of Zimmerino, who continued his path towards goal, but Saudaris stepped in and then cleared a stray ball from one of the youngsters up onto the hill. keen to get play underway quickly. Reverse from McManus. Ambrosio tried to find Razai, but a little bit too much heat on that one for a former Balcatta attacker. Player who started at Grindleford Reserve at the start of the season before joining Floreat, before the transfer window shut. Actually scored at this ground for Balcatta against Athena in round one. One of 7 in total this season. Evans's flick on, Ambrosio showing interest in this, and Cook had to come off his line to claim. Coolly done at the back as we enter first half stoppage time here. Can't see there being too much of it. No substitutes, no goals yet. Glory may be looking to change that just before the interval as Leach looks up and goes back for Donnell. Passing to the feet of Colley. Try to look for Zimmerino. And now perhaps one last chance for Floreat to get some numbers forward. It's Phil Arnold who's got to wait for the support to help him. And in the end, he was crowded out by a pair of Glory bodies. Gallen's ball in. Cook should claim this, and he does. Good, strong goalkeeping. And now the fast release for Charlie Leach, who's going to give Glory one last chance to counter. Perhaps it's a spearing ball through the middle. It's going to be gathered by Saldaris, and that's going to be half-time here at E&D Leiter Stadium. A game of few clear-cut chances this afternoon here in the sunshine. Perfect day for football here in the West. Cameron Cook clawed off the line from Nick Ambrosio's header in the early minutes of the game, and Glory did survive an early Floreat barrage. They seem to have half a dozen set pieces, but weathered the storm and gradually got a foot on the ball and gained a little bit of control in the game as the half wore on. Kieran Bramwell had their best chance with a pretty tame shot at Jason Saudaris that was well gathered, but Glory are well in this one, and they're holding the league leaders goalless at the break.
What happened at the start was I just too close to the microphone.
Hold
Welcome back to E&D Leiter Stadium. Second half of round 13 men's NPL WA action. Here slightly north of the Perth CBD. Goalless at the break. As we get ready to restart here. No changes from either team to bring you news of. So Josh Manella blows his whistle and we're off and underway for second half action. Tightly matched first half. Floreat started the better. Glory eventually brought themselves back into the game though, but overall the first 45, a few chances. And very little for either goalkeeper to do, so we'll wait and see whether there's been any tweaks made at the break and whether we'll see either team open up a little more in the second half as Gallen hoists that one forward. Bring you some half-time scores from around the grounds next time the ball goes out of play, so step away if you don't want to hear those temporarily. Santa Lucia's ball into the area. It's put behind by Coyne, and we'll have the first corner of the second half. So I can tell you elsewhere in the NPL this afternoon, we've got away wins for Sorrento at Gwelup and for Coburn at Rockingham. Draws elsewhere. 2-2 between Armidale and ECU Joondalup at Alfred Skeet Reserve. And it's also 1-1 between Bayswater and Balcatta. Goalless here, of course. Tomorrow's game, Inglewood United and Perth Soccer Club. And that's your round 13 to date. As Evans puts a teasing ball into the near post, it's headed away by Colley. It's helped back towards Evans by Santa Lucia. Last touch off the Floreat man. Athena have scored in every game in 2021. So Glory will have to be certainly alert in this second half. Glory do have the 5th best defence in the competition though, with 18 goals conceded in 12 games. 3 clean sheets this season, 2 of them on the road. Here's Bramwell. Aiden Edwards. Charlie Leach looks to find Edwards again, cut out by Fester, I think it was back there. Ford will pick up the ball. He's under a little bit of pressure from Ambrosio. No changes from either team at half-time if you're late to the second half with us. As Dean Evans comes forward, strike at goal from Evans. Scrambling across was Cook, and it was a crucial hand because that may have been creeping inside the post. Certainly needs no invitation to shoot from that range, does Dean Evans. How many times have we seen him pick out one of the 4 corners of the goal? It was an awkward bounce in front of Cook, who did well to spread himself and get a firm hand on it behind for a corner. Second of this half for the home team. It's Evans once again with the in-swinger. Into the near post. Fester's header looked as though it was going goal-bound. It was smothered away by Glory's back 4. Pressure came on from Edwards, and Edwards and Gallen just a little coming together over there on the far side. Not quite sure what happened. Something perhaps may have been said, but tempers have certainly flared up. Just looked as though it was your run-of-the-mill foul on the halfway line, but must have been something a little extra in there, and Josh Manella's taken action between both players, as Edwards and Gallen both go into the book. So first 2 players into the referee's notebook. And I must admit, most of that seemed pretty needless in truth. So play will get underway again after that temporary stoppage. Gallen will hoist along one forward. Over the head of Coyne. No Floreat player was gambling on that one at the back post, and Painter Andrews was able to watch that behind for a goal kick. Gallen's header. Edwards kept the ball alive. Santa Lucia, Bramwell making a nuisance of himself. Aiden Edwards came in to help out. And then the foot into touch by Palmer. Painter Andrews' throw into the feet of Leach, who tries to put the ball across goal. Pressure came on Fester. Bramwell was lurking. Poked back. Zimmerino. Goal. Glory ahead. Adam Zimmerino finds the bottom corner. And the leaders' unbeaten stretch may well be under threat here at E&D Lighters Stadium. Floreat 0, Glory 1. So it's Glory who find the breakthrough here. 7 minutes into the second half. Adam Zimmerino's 6th goal of the campaign. Breaks a scoring drought for him personally, which dates back to round 8. And a goal against Balcatta FC. What a turn up for the books this is. Looked as though it was a pretty harmless cross which came across from Leach, and then a few wires maybe crossed in defence, and Glory went ahead, and they're coming forward once again. Through the goal scorer is Zimmerino, who's got a hard battle to fight against 2 and possibly 3 Floreat players. Last touch was off a white shirt, and Saldaris can get us restarted. I should say it was a lovely piece of composure from Bramwell to find Adam Zimmerino as well. After the initial block from Saldaris, it would have been easy for Bramwell to turn and strike at goal with that one, but he kept his composure and picked out a teammate, and it was the right decision because it was a beautiful finish from Glory's number 11 to hit the bottom corner. Got themselves another free kick here. Gio Colley stands over. It's quickly taken, looking for the run of Edwards. The idea was nice, but just skipped away from Edwards off the surface, and Santa Lucia will go and retrieve. Touched on it before. Rob Harding on the bench, a player who scored 2 midweek. Every chance we'll see him as the second half develops, if scores stay that way. Vasvusic also has Kyle Murray and Manasseh Abendelwa. Ben Steele as outfield options as well. Coach who's won 19 of his 25 league games for Athena, Vasvusic. This team finds himself in a very unusual position. Not often this season that Floreat have been behind in a game. They've got to find an answer if they want to preserve their unbeaten streak this campaign. Phil Arnold. Here he is again, Arnold, who was goalless until the last match that Athena played in the league against Balcatta, where he scored in that 5-1 win at Grindleford Reserve. McManus's cross, brought down by Evans. Lays it out for Santa Lucia, whose left-footed ball is disappointing and over the bar. Not sure if you can pick that up on your devices wherever you may be listening, but that was that little pocket of Glory fans who were in voice and behind the goal that Glory are kicking towards in this second half. Evans's ball, Jawad Razai looking to draw himself into the area. It's well defended by Glory as Edwards will help it forward. Back it comes now. Intercepted by Donald. Festa should be able to deal with that. Last touch there off one of two Glory players, and Evans is there for the corner. Ops against the short to McManus. Six players attacking this free kick. It's in the area, it's gathered by Cook, shouts for handball, nothing doing. Once again, a very congested 6-yard area. Straight pass across goal, cleared upfield by Muir. Flicked on by Zimmerino. Leach showing interest. Saldaris off his line. Leach was offside anyway. Wouldn't have counted even if the Glory player had got there first. Quickly taken. Palmer's ball. It's a nice one out into space for Saldaris, who has Rezai to his outside. Rezai back for Festa. Forward by Gallen. It's looking for Evans. It's headed away by Coyne, and Floreat will get us going again really quickly. So goals in every game in the NPL WA this afternoon. Glory leading this one by a goal to nil. Scored by Adam Zimmerino. Evans' ball in, cleared away by Coyne. Gallen will send it back wide right for Saldaris. It's a great pass from the defender. It's crossed in. It's going to land at the feet of McManus. No, not quite. Lovely football from Floreat. 1-2 between Ambrosio and Palmer. Last touch there off a Glory player. And Floreat just about in double figures for corners this afternoon, I suspect. And they'll get another one here as they try to respond. As we pass the hour mark of this clash. Unbeaten leaders Floreat, currently trailing by a goal to nil. It's Evans' corner, it's into the near post. It may yet break to McManus, and there's a foul that's been spotted by the referee. And it looks as though Floreat will turn to the bench for the first time this afternoon. It's going to be a double switch for Athena. Rob Harding and Ben Steele are going to enter the fray. It's going to be Marco Santalucia and Nick Ambrosio who depart. So Rob Harding's gone and slotted in on that right-hand side at the moment. Rezai has come centrally. Ben Steele has gone to right back, and Chris Saldaris has switched to the left. Steele gets his first touch of the afternoon over the sideline, a clearance. Ex-Southwest Phoenix player Ben Steele and former state under-16 rep. Palmer sliding in there, and yellow cards out again. Once again, the players converge towards referee Josh Manella, and it looks as though Coyne's in a little bit of pain on the ground, and This one's just threatening to spark up once again. Once again, the action's happening over on that far side of the pitch. We'll try and keep an eye on everything for you. So it looks as though Josh Manella will just speak to both captains and ask them to try and keep things under control. Yellow card count up to 3 in total, after Dennis Gallen and Aidan Edwards went into the book earlier. Andrew Palmer has just joined them. Still the captains are in conversation with the referee. The good news is Coyne's back to his feet now. Looks as though no additional action has been taken. On Floreat substitutes earlier in the half. Glory have got Mason Tatafu, Andrew Maranta, formerly of Floreat, as well as youngster Daniel Benny and Joshua Nasmo as well, who started the season here at E&D Leiders Stadium. 5 goals in his first 3 games before joining up with the Glory squad. Now, I'm not sure what the hold-up is to get this one restarted, but clearly something needed to be tended to. Donald gets us underway again. Zimmerino helps around the corner. Body to body, Gallen and Bramwell, and free kick's been awarded to Glory here. Must admit I had eyes on the ball there, so didn't see whether there was a late challenge. Looks as though the yellow card's coming out again here, this time for Chris Saldaris, so not sure if that was for the initial foul or whether it was for something said afterwards. So Glory have 5 in that back post area. Colley's ball in is a deep one and aimed in at that back post, but way too deep. So upfield by Saldaris, helped on by Aidan Edwards. Joe Ford can't keep it in play. Gallen's ball forward. Ford's header away. Charlie Leach is driving his team forwards. Stepping in there was Arnold. Palmer's ball forwards, a good one for Harding, who lays off for Evans. Athena are on the charge. Dean Evans will try and cut onto the right. He'll instead lay in for McManus. It's Sean McManus still with the ball at his feet. Clipped in. Evans tried a volley. Goes to ground, and it's a Glory free kick in there, and Josh Manella's calling the physios on, with both players down and on the ground. Glory, meanwhile, look as though they're about to make a couple of changes here. And the stretcher is out straight away, and think this may be Dean Evans injured in the penalty area, and this is a terribly sad sight. Plenty of concern being shown by the physios. Meanwhile, a red card's been pulled out here. So, red card was shown by Josh Manella. I think it was shown to Javad Razai. And I think, yeah, it has. So Javad Razai's been sent off here for something that's happened off the ball. And there's still some words being exchanged between Adam Zimmerino and Razai as Rob Harding ushers his teammate off the pitch. So the game back underway here. Just about to get underway anyway. Dean Evans stretched it off. Quite sad scenes here. Hush around the ground. Gio Colley also limps off, but is back on the ground now. As Athena go back on the surge. Bramwell's pass. Zimmerino's shot is blocked. And a reminder that Floreat are down to 10 men as well. Javad Razai shown a red card for something which happened off the ball, of which I'm not sure what happened there. Coming on in Evans's place is Manasseh Abendawa, the number 19, who's on your picture now. Player formerly of Armidale and Subiaco. Coins clearance upfield. Steele will hook into touch. Did say it looked as though Glory were going to make a couple of changes prior to that incident. They didn't make one in the end, so Glory remain as they started for the time being. Aidan Edwards will strike at goal. It's tame and straight into the gloves of Saudaris. Long ball forward here is cleared into touch by Muir. McManus's ball in, Harding's flick. It's into the side netting at the near post. Cameron Cook able to watch that one wide. Game restarts again. Colley's little poke forward. Ford beats Steele to the ball. Joe Ford will keep driving down this left-hand side. He's got Bramwell and Charlie Leach and Aidan Edwards supporting him. Edwards is invited to shoot. He didn't catch that well at all and dragged it wide of the upright. And now Glory will turn to the bench. For the first time this afternoon, it's going to be Mason Tatafu who comes on. And he'll come on for Jack Painter-Andrews, so that'll be a like-for-like switch, right back for right back. Tatafu, who made his senior debut for the Glory against Ulsan Hyundai in the Asian Champions League, and then made his A-League debut off the bench in round one against Adelaide United in a 5-3 win for the Glory in the A-League. Palmer's ball forward. Abendalwa is lurking off the last man and can't quite reel that one in. Colley's ball around the corner. Bramwell gets a boot on it, I think, but Fester can clear up. As we enter the final 15 minutes here at E&D Leiter Stadium, Floreat Athena 0, Perth Glory 1. Unbeaten Floreat with 15 minutes to try and extend that run to 13. Trying to do so with 10 men, having had Javad Razai sent off, straight red card. For something off the ball, which I didn't catch, unfortunately. Abendalwa. Ball across, looking for McManus. Last touch off the winger and behind for a goal kick. McManus, Arnold, Abendalwa goes to ground, no foul. Clearance upfield hits Bramwell. It'll come back from Gallen. McManus has broken the offside trap here. It's Sean McManus. It's a cross goal. It's behind for a corner. Floreat looking to respond here as the Shadows cross over the pitch on what's been a lovely winter's afternoon. McManus's ball into the near post, flicked on by Harding. At the back post is Fester. It's cleared away by Ford. Dangerous times for Glory's defence as it bobbled off a couple of heads in that penalty area. Glory will turn to the bench for the second time this afternoon. And it'll be Joshua Nasmo who enters the pitch. 8 goals this season and the score of a hat-trick in the reverse fixture for Floreat over at Glory's auxiliary home ground of Forest Field. Currently tied for second in the Golden Boot race alongside Angel Andres of Armidale and behind Steve Sokol, who's on 11 and 3 clear of the rest after his hat-trick last week against Bayswater. Harding's flick on, Coyne's header, Abendalwa shows interest, cleared away by Colley. Steele should watch that one out and does. Palmer. McManus's cross charge down. Joshua Nasmo on for Kieran Bramwell, by the way, in case I forgot to mention that before. Looks as though Phil Arnold's going to hoist a long one in here. He does. It's into the area. It's headed away. It's going to come back to Arnold, though. He's looking for support. Zimmerino is snapping away at the heels and conceding a free kick. Once again, Floreat can send some numbers forward in pursuit of that leveller. Palmer drills one in. It's aimed in at Saldaris, and it was a good chance for Athena. Chris Saldaris had ghosted into that 6-yard box and planted his header just wide. Seen him score 5 goals this campaign. He may have felt like he could have got that one on target there as well. Gallen under pressure. Palmer heads on. Sean McManus. Last touch off Donnell. McManus. Sliding in Leach. Won the ball. We'll go again with a throw. And this time it'll be another missile from Arnold. Six Athena players in the penalty area. Looking to get around this one. It's attempted to flick on by Saldaris. It's McManus who watches that one out, and in the end it wasn't wise to do so because last touch was off a Floreat player, and it'll be a goal kick. Colley shows interest in the flick on. Saldaris is off his line and diffusing the situation. Steele's throw. Abendalwa helps it on. It's hooked over his shoulder by Hayden Coyne, who's been brilliant at the back today for Glory, one of the players of the game. George Fester pumps it forward. Steele does well to win the ball as it came back. Gallen will try and swish it through for McManus. Abandawa, lovely touch around the corner. It's well read by Coyne and put over the sideline. Tafu's clearance, strike from Abendal where it nearly crept in at the near post. Zimmerino. Last touch off Saudaris, according to the linesman. Off the chest of Anasmo, it'll be watched behind by Saudaris. Harding tries to tickle that one around the corner. It's dealt with by Coyne. He missed the target, though, in Joe Fordens. Floreat will have the throw. Going to be a third change for the Glory meanwhile. We're going to see Andrew Maranta come on for the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Youngster who played at Floreat in 2020 after previous spells with Stirling and Southwest Phoenix. Plenty of senior cameos off the bench here in season 2020. And he's going to come on in place of Aidan Edwards, who's put in a tireless shift in midfield this afternoon. Collie pickpockets Steele, and he's leading the counter-attack, and forward is that man we just mentioned before, Maranta, who looks to lay in for Anasmo, who's in the area and looking to make a yard of space. Glory perhaps wanting to try and kill this one off once and for all. Floreat's defence does really well to force Glory to retreat. Arnold puts the pressure on Donnell. It's poked out wide for Collie. It's a foul, though, from Gallen, I think it was. On the edge of the area, and Glory will get a set piece, and it's at the right end of the ground as far as they're concerned. About 3.5 minutes remaining here at E&D Lighters Stadium. Glory leading by a goal to nil. Scored by Adam Zimmerino. Floreat down to 10 men after Jawad Razai's red card, and Dean Evans sadly stretched it off as well today as well. So there will be a fair chunk of stoppage time to come. It's Colley's free kick. It's whipped in. It's saved by Saudaris. And the clearance will be brought down by McManus, who will try and jink his way down this left-hand side. Abendal will beat Donald to the ball, but he got the help required from Muir to ensure that nothing more happened. And now Anasmo will scoot away from Gallen. It's Joshua Anasmo. It's Andrew Maranta. It's slid in and it's wide of Leach, but Leach was offside anyway, even if he had managed to hang a boot out and put it into the back of the net. Athena remain alive. Anasmo. Saudaris steps in. Clearance only as far as Ford. Now Leach. Switch the play, cut out by Saudaris, who lobs one upfield, but it's over the head of Arnold. And Glory will try and settle things down and keep the ball. Cook doesn't see anything he likes, so has to clear long upfield. McManus helps it back. Gallen will look up the line. He's set McManus away here down this left-hand side. McManus has got support from Palmer, who managed to stay on his feet and maintain possession. McManus goes to ground and Floreat get the free kick. A minute of regulation time to play. As I discussed before, though, there's going to be plenty of added time left in this one, I suspect. It's Palmer zipping ball in. Rob Harding, it almost hit him inadvertently and he couldn't quite hook his leg around and force the effort on target. Forward by Gallen, hoisted up in the air by Donnell. Gallen wins the header and Nasmo tries to bring down. Steele will try and match him for pace and does a pretty good job. Gio Colley helps around the corner. Charlie Leach. Good defending there by Gallen to halt Anasmo. And now Leach will drive forward. Cross into the area. Cleared by Fester. There's Glory with that extra man who have managed to get control. Albeit now Floreat can try and get something going. We've ticked past the 90 minutes. There's going to be plenty of added time here, I imagine. Floreat's unbeaten run at stake here. Forward by Fester, cleared by Donnell. Colley will bring it down. Abendalwa shows great appetite, wins the ball, and then sliding in there with a reckless challenge was Tatafu, and he's been shown a red card as well. So Joshua Manella saw the challenge come in and had no hesitation in producing a straight red card for that. And it will mean that both teams end the game with 10 men. And for the remainder of stoppage time, we're all square in terms of the numbers on the pitch. Everyone forward now for Athena as Gallen stands over the set piece. Jason Saudaris on the halfway line as well. Gallen's ball in. It's a dangerous one. The header is saved by Cook. It was Chris Saudaris who won it. And it was good positioning from the goalkeeper there. And that may well have been the moment for Athena to equalise. Leach surges forward. Zimmerino, the goal scorer, wide left. Two players forward here. Zimmerino strike. It was well saved by Saudaris, who reacted to that one late. And may just well have kept Floreat's hopes alive here. Floreat supporters urging their team forward. We're almost 3 minutes into stoppage time. Rob Harding is pursuing Andrew Maranta, and Maranta is able to watch that go out for a goal kick. Anasmo's header, Fester's header, Palmer's header. Helped forward by Donnell into the path of Zimmerino, and Adam Zimmerino is going to head to the corner now. Leach comes and helps his teammate and draws the foul. And this one really is in the right area of the ground now as far as Glory are concerned. We've played 4 minutes of added time here at E&D Leiter Stadium. Both teams down to 10 men. Glory leading by a goal to nil. Gio Colley will wriggle away and will drive into the area. It's pulled back looking for Anasmo. It's a crucial foot from Gallen. And now perhaps one more chance for Athena to launch forward. It's helped on by Harding, who was fouled there by Muir, and it was a late challenge from the defender, and he'll be the latest player to go into the book. And now things are threatening to fire up again in the penalty box over there. And Josh Manella has once again got some work to do to try and calm things down. There's been a little bit of needle in this one. Ever since that challenge on the halfway line and coming together between Gallen and Edwards. Cameron Cook will now be shown a yellow card. Jason Saldaris has gone forward as well to join the attack. We're 5 minutes into added time. It's Gallen's ball. It's Saldaris leaping. It's Joshua Anasmo who wins the header. And it's now Adam Zimmerino who's countering. He's got two players alongside him here. One of them's Anasmo, who's in the area. Zimmerino goes for goal himself. And Glory at a second. And they're going to end Athena's unbeaten run here. A massive win for the youngsters here at the league leaders. And they keep their top four hopes alive. And that's full time. Josh Manella blows the whistle. And a potentially season-defining win here for the Glory here at E&D Leiter Stadium by 2-0. Adam Zimmerino's 6th and 7th goals of the campaign has reinvigorated the Glory's top four hopes in season 2021. It was a game that really sparked into life in the second period. After what was a fairly cajoning OP 45 minutes. Zimmerino struck the opener from Bramwell's layoff and picked out the bottom corner, and then both teams were reduced to 10 men, with Javad Razai shown a red card, and then Mason Tatafu also shown a straight red towards the end of the game. Sad scenes also as Dean Evans was stretchered off the field. We certainly send our best wishes to Floreat's captain and hope everything is okay there. And then laid on in the piece as the goalkeeper came forward to try and salvage a late equaliser for Floreat. It was Zimmerino who led the counter-attack. His ball forward was a half cross, half shot. And it didn't need a touch from either of the arriving forwards as Zimmerino's ball landed in the bottom corner of the net and gave Glory a 2-goal lead here. And that proved to be a 2-0 win, which snaps their 3-game winless run. And as mentioned before, enhances their top four chances going forward. Full time here at E&D Leiter Stadium. A boil over in round 13 of the men's NPL WA. As Floreat Athena lose their unbeaten run, it ends at 12, and Glory win by 2-0. Good night.